Turn it down. What up, y'all? My time on the screen. Star Wars Day. I made a stop before I came home. I actually stopped and got me something to eat after seeing the movie. So that's why I'm a little late on saying what I thought. I'll make this spoiler free for the first, 5 minutes. And then when I get into the spoilers, I'll give y'all the heads up before I talk spoilers. Cutthroat, if I ain't said that before. Just got back from seeing Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. Is that the name of it? I think that's the name of it. Rise of the Skywalker. I was gonna try to look it up real quick. I think that's what the name of it is. Rise of the Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker. Okay. All right. What are my initial thoughts? They did try to stick a lot into a small time frame. It seemed like they had more story to tell than the time that they were given. I agree with those pre-reviews. I didn't read those articles. I never read any reviews. I tried to go in there as cleanly as possible. And then I ain't seen no previews. Now I'm going to go back and watch all the previews. I'm going to read all the articles. And so this opinion is before reading all of that and just trying to avoid the news and seeing the headlines that's talking about it was convoluted, it was confusing, it was the worst Star Wars ever. That's what the headlines would say. I don't agree with most of that. I don't agree that it was the worst Star Wars ever. I don't. Okay, it could be convoluted if you don't know anything about what has been transpiring. So if you haven't seen, let's just say 7-8, and you just now watching the Star Wars and you walk in to see 9, yeah, you might be confused on what's going on. So the convoluted part, as far as if you fresh to Star Wars and 9 is your first one, yeah, it's a little bit convoluted. Do I agree with that it's the worst Star Wars ever? No, it's not the worst Star Wars ever. I think it was pretty good. What's my overall review? Let's see, I'm 3 minutes in. What's my overall review without saying spoilers? Post seeing it, I said I was going pre-seeing it in the previous video. I said I was going to come out with about a 6 or a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7 or 8. I'm gonna give it a 7 or 8. My initial review says it's gonna be a 7 or 8. I know, if I see it again, it may could work up to a 9. There was some stuff in there that was kind of hokey. They didn't explain everything that they needed to explain. And this is spoiler-free version. I guess the main question they answered that. Then they still even waited a good hour into the movie before they even answered the main question. So I think I'm gonna try to make it to the 5 o'clock mark without any spoilers. What else I want to say? So I think I'll stick with about. I'm gonna give it. It's a strong 7. I want to say it's on. It could be an 8. I got to see it again, and that's what after I saw The Last Jedi, this is my second time watching The Last Jedi yesterday. So the fact that I want to see this one again is a pretty good sign. Hence the reason why I was leaning over into an 8. I think you should go see it. If it's your first one, I don't think you should go see it. If you aren't a Star Wars fan and you haven't been watching 7, 8, 9, don't go see 9 because you ain't gonna get it. But if you watch 7, you kind of understand what's going on in 8. Yeah, then go see number 9. Yeah, definitely, it's a go see. You need to see in the theater. All right, so I'm at the 6-minute mark. This is about to be the spoiler side. So any of you that don't want to know any spoilers about what I'm about to say, go ahead and log out now. I'm giving you 15 seconds. All right. I'm expecting anybody who don't want to know any spoilers ain't watching this no more. Because I'm about to lay it all out there. I'm about to lay it all out. So, all right. Man, there was some hokiness in this movie, man. You know, they still didn't explain why Kylo Ren and Rey had this like connection across the Force. And then, you know, they got real extreme with it. You know, they snatching off necklaces and mixing and matching in between each other's environments. And so, you know what? Okay, so those of you who are still watching have already seen it. So when he shows up at the crashed Death Star, I didn't know if he was really there or not. I said, maybe they having one of their little dream connections again. I don't know if he there or not. And by that time, I was like, they ain't took the time out to explain that. They so-called explained it with The Last of the Jedi when Snoke said he was connecting them too. But Snoke is dead, so that's bullshit. I couldn't tell if that was the original Emperor or not. It didn't look like him. Is that the original Emperor? Sheev Palpatine. I didn't know his first name was Sheev. It doesn't say. Oh, Ian. It still don't say. I'm looking it up for y'all. Oh, he looked good without his makeup on. Oh, yeah, that's definitely him. I think that is him. They messed his makeup up. They messed his makeup up. He's 74 years old now. Sorry, I got all into this article. Yeah. So I think it says that it's him. Ian McDermott is his name. So he ain't really look like the same dude. So okay. That's good. So that's one thing that I like. They brought Billy D back. He looked good for his age. He was 70. I think he 78 now, or is he in his 80s? Yeah, he's 82 years old. Dang, he looked good for 82. I give it to you, Billy D. You look good for 82, bro. I mean, clearly they had some makeup on them in the movie or whatever, but overall, for 82, they brought Harrison back. I like that. They brought Harrison back. And you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming because they had Kylo Ren facing one way. And it's like, oh, he gonna turn around. Harrison gonna be there. And Harrison looked better in 9 than what he did in The Last Jedi. Harrison looked good for his age. The little CG Carrie Fisher, they did a good job on that. I don't know how much of it was CG, but they did a good job. Brought Mark Hamill back. I was a little surprised to see him back. He came back as a ghost. They did a good job. They were doing too much for me with the ghosts, man. Catching lightsabers and all that shit. I said, no, man. Oh, so now Ghost is catching lightsabers. Ghost is catching lightsabers, and they moving rogue ships out of the water. Rey couldn't do that herself. They had some hokiness in this movie, man. You know, for like they Finn and Rose gonna blow up the little command ship, and they ain't slide off. The command ship was like facing straight down. They just chilling on the side, like waiting for a ride. Hey, sit your hands up! I was so mad. I was so mad at that. Man. What else? What else did I like? Oh man. They was kind of ticked me off with the, I guess I can't be mad. They was kind of ticked me off with the Leia thing. Like they wouldn't, like most of the other actors, they would have them side by side. But when it came to the Leia scenes, they would do Leia Rey, Rey Leia, Leia Rey, Leia Rey. They wouldn't do them like this. So that was kind of working on my nerves a little bit. But they had CG. I'm just imagining most of that was CG. I still don't understand what Leia did to get Ben back. And then the ending, man. I'm still on the fence about the ending. You know, before I started the video, I was thinking to myself, you know, if your goal is to lay it all out on the screen for a movie that's going to be watched for generations to come, I guess you had to do it like you did The Rise of the Skywalker. You had to go way over the top with a lot of this shit. And that's what they did, man, you know. Was the movie too convoluted for, you know, I was in there like paying attention to every little detail so I can make sure that I wouldn't miss anything because they said the movie was too complicated and convoluted. But I don't feel like it was that complicated. I mean, I do agree with the fact that they was doing a lot of hopping around. Like they would show like, you know, 75 seconds of this group doing this, 75 seconds of this group doing that, 75 seconds of, it did seem like they were doing a lot of jumping around. It seemed like they was doing a lot of wait for it, light speed skipping. Light speed skipping. I think it was cool. It was a cool concept. I mean, I think it was a very subtle way of introducing something brand new to the Star Wars universe without like breaking like just the core structure of the story. So I wasn't mad at light speed skipping, but I am a little ticked off at this little remote connection that they didn't really seem to have any control over. And then what was the kiss about? So were they supposed to be like attracted to each other? Rey kisses Kylo Ren at the end of the movie before he dies. I hope you watch it. I told you this is a spoiler section. Rise of the Skywalker. You know, and Rey's parents. I don't even know what to say, man. That's just, they told you from the beginning that she came from nobody, and they stayed true. They stayed true with that all the way to the end. They didn't really offer any explanation. They didn't really say shit. But the Emperor's granddaughter. Where was Mama Palpatine? Was that supposed to be Mama Palpatine? And who killed Mama Palpatine? So Granddaddy Palpatine ain't gonna train. Was it Mama Palpatine or was it son Palpatine? We don't know. So it doesn't really matter because both of them got killed with the same fucking knife. So Granddaddy Palpatine didn't take the time to teach either, because you got to figure one. It can't be both of them. It can't. They both can't be his. So the Emperor didn't teach neither one of them how not to get stabbed with a damn Sith knife. And then the map for the little Sith knife, So the expectation is that's one thing I had a problem with. The Death Star ain't deteriorating in its landed spot. Every piece of broken Death Star so you can look and use the map. I just done, man. Oh, there's the magical piece that I need right there. The knife is the perfect map because it didn't deteriorate not one bit. The fact that they insult, I get what they're trying to say. Anything's possible with the Force, even the ability to be able to connect to each other remotely, physically, remotely across planets and galaxies without you even physically being there. And by the way, we can have a full-on lightsaber battle and you not even be there. They ain't even bother to explain that. So, I do want to see it again. And that's the reason why I don't want to give it an 8, because I need to see it again to see how tolerable this hokiness is. Is it really okay? I do like the fact that they did a lot of callbacks. They did a lot of shout outs. They did a lot of service to the fans that have, been watching all of them, who love Star Wars. They did, they went back to the Emperor's room. That was really nice. The Emperor's room on the Death Star where Luke and Vader fought. I like the fact that they went back there. I don't know what that little dark version of her in the Death Star was hanging out in there for. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. She went from fighting herself to fighting Kylo, who I didn't know if he was there or not. Then later on, the fact that she hops in his ship and takes off, I guess all of a sudden proves that he was actually there. And what, they supposed to be in love now? You know, I was kind of halfway hoping that she would get with Finn, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Finn's character, I like what they did with the characters overall. I do that. The characters, if you only focus on the characters and how they flush their stories out, how they expanded on the characters, I think they did a really good job with that. Like they expanded on R2D2, you know, with the memory backup for C3PO. I thought that was sweet. I thought that was nice. That was very, very white gloves. They handled that with white gloves and with very care. I like that. The fact that they let C3PO have something that defined him for 8 movies that he just wasn't able to do, translating the Sith language. I like that they did that. And then they turned his eyes red just so they could have to reboot him just to be able to read the Sith language. That expansion, that's something that's a limitation that we have never experienced with C3PO. That's a closeness between R2D2 and C3PO that we didn't know that was there. So that was done with care. The way they brought Billy Dee's character back, the way they incorporated Leia, the way they brought Luke back, the way they brought Han back, all that was done with real care. It was a real service to the fans. The Emperor, now that I know that was him, that's one of the reasons why I want to see it again. Now that I know there was this Ian McDermott, it was good to have him back, reprising his role at 74 years old. Billy Dee at 82 years old, reprising his role. Harrison Ford, Harrison older than Billy Dee? I think he is. Let's see. No, Billy Dee older than Harrison. Harrison 77. Harrison looked good. He looked better in The Rise of Skywalker than he did in Last Jedi. I don't know how he did it, but he looked good. Maybe they CG'd his face or something, but Rey, she's still pretty. She's still, her face is just, she's a pretty lady. Bodega, Finn. I can't never remember his Finn. I know it's Bodega something, isn't it? Yeah, John Boyega. He did a good job. He must have been working on his acting or something during this time off, because he presented a role of strength. He really portrayed like a Finn that had developed a little bit of confidence through whatever they had been through. I think he did a really good job. That black chick, she was good. They did a really good care with the characters. I knew that the little redhead dude, I knew he was a snitch. I see that coming a mile away. They had set that up at the Last Jedi. They set that up. So that was not a reveal to me. Everybody else was in the theater was like, and I was sitting next to some dude that his nose sounded like he was breathing with his nose closed. The whole movie, man. I was just like, oh. And then he had the tin can. I left my tin cans downstairs. AMC is giving out these Star Wars Rise of Rise of the Rise of Skywalker 10 popcorn cans. I couldn't decide which one, so I just bought both. I said if I'm ever eating popcorn with somebody, they can have their own popcorn. I have my own popcorn. We have Star Wars cans. So I just because one was light side, one was dark side. I bought one of each. They had a R2D2 popcorn bucket. It looked like it must have been about. It was definitely bigger than my head, and I got a big head. It was a popcorn bucket and a drink holder all in one, but they wanted $50 for it. I said, nah. I said, y'all can keep that for $50. I might try to look for it on it ain't gonna be on eBay. If it is on eBay, it's gonna be probably like $200. I just couldn't spend $50 on that. I'm sorry, I love me some Star Wars, but I couldn't spend $50 on that. I may have would have thought about it for 25. To me, it looked like it was worth about 15. If it would have been 20, I would have been like, yeah, go ahead and put that on. Give me one of those. 25, I would have been like, okay, it's a once in a lifetime. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pay 25 for it. $20, $30, $35. Nah. It was a little R2D2. It's made out of full plastic. It was hollow on the inside. I'm assuming that it had something it looked like it had a cup in it. So I guess the top of the head R2 closed down. You got a straw for an antenna. I guess that's where you suck the drink. I'm assuming it was a cup holder inside of the R2D2, but apparently that was also where you put the popcorn. Seemed like the drink would be touching the popcorn, make the popcorn either wet and or mushy and or cold. Nah, I'm good on that. So I wasn't gonna spend $50 on that. What else do I want to say about it? They did do a lot of jumping around. The lightsaber scenes were pretty good. The ending was hokey. I know I'm coming up on 30 minutes. The ending, like I said, there was nothing else to do. There was no reason to hold back. So you might as well come up with you might as well lay it all in the movie because you ain't going to get to tell the story again. You're only going to get to tell the story once. So you might as well do some over the top stuff. And I think they succeeded with that. I think they did some real over the top stuff with the whole double lightsabers blocking the lightning. I'm glad it's over. I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. I'll have to think about it no more. I need a break. I'm Star Wars out. I'm seeing too much Star Wars in the last couple of days. I think what's making it worse is I'm still kind of in the beginning of Fallen Order, and that game is hard, man. That game is hard. I started out, I think I was on Jedi Master Mode, but I wasn't getting anywhere on that game. So I tuned it down to, I'm assuming it's normal, whatever's under Jedi Master Mode. And then I assume that story only mode is easy. But I think I'm on normal now. I'm not getting my ass whooped as much, but I'm still getting my ass whooped in that game. They, you got to buy your Jedi moves. They don't give you a lot of energy, and it only take one or two hits, and then you lean over and die. And then the most terrible part of that game is every time you die, it take about 50 seconds, damn near a minute, to where you just sitting in silence, no nothing. You just waiting for it to load. That was just like 3 seconds there. So imagine doing that for 15, I don't know, 20 times that. So and then when it does load, if you haven't hit a save point, that mug will start you at the beginning of the stage, like at the very beginning of the stage. And then I guess what's made it just the most difficult for me dealing with this game is they try to make it open to where you get to pick which planet you want to go to in order to progress in the game. But apparently, because I got desperate, the planet I picked, it doesn't completely unlock until you do this other planet, till you do the first planet. Why even give me the option? Don't give me the option. Just send me to the first planet. When I get done with the first planet, I go on to the planet that you want me to go to. Don't give me the option and only tell me that when you get like 30% through the stage, and by the way, you can't progress because you need to go back and do the other planet. That's bullshit. The camera on that game is jacked up. I done been killed so many times because my camera is doing. And meanwhile, the enemy just blip, blip, blip. Hit me 2 times. Blah, blah, you dead. Oh, wait till 60 seconds to reload so you can start at the beginning of the game. And that game's got high reviews. I kind of remember dying a lot on Force Unleashed and Force. It seems like this Fallen Order is hard. Goodness gracious. That chick in that helmet with the full mask on, I don't know who she was, but I could tell she was hot. She had on them tights. I was like, ooh. And when she did lift the mask up, I said, damn, her eyes pretty too. I know she hot. Ooh, I know she hot, man. What else do I want to say about it? I guess I said enough. The 23 biggest questions we have after seeing Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I guess I can read all of that now. The Rise of Skywalker makes Star Wars history with first on-screen gay kiss. Oh, that's why them people was clapping. Because I kept looking. I said, was that 2 women? Star Wars, why that big rise of the Skywalker twist feels like such a betrayal. So I guess the twist was there's Rey is a Palpatine. She didn't know she was a Palpatine. It's kind of like Anakin didn't really, he was the first Skywalker. He ain't had no daddy. She didn't know she was a Palpatine. She didn't really know her parents. Man, I don't know. I don't really feel one way or the other about that. To hate on top stories, everything in here, Star Wars. Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker and deaths. Every character who dies. I had a feeling they didn't kill Chewie like that. I said, I was glad that they didn't. I said, I don't know if Chewie gonna go out like that. I think they would have been a little bit more dramatic if Chewie had really went out.